What's going on, people of the internet? So after my header install, I still have a little bit of rattling in my exhaust, and so I'm about to do the sketchiest work ever in this garage, because my apartment's rules are you can only work on your car if it's inside your garage. So it's getting late, it's kind of dark, so I'm going to attempt to roll backwards onto these because there's two things that could be rattling. One of them is the stock muffler, which I put back on because before it was too freaking loud. And to test that, basically, I'm going to take the stock muffler off, and then I can either bop the resonator in the mid-pipe with this guy, and he will either rattle or he won't. And if he doesn't, then I can also bop the muffler once I've removed them from each other, because right now when I kick the exhaust, shake it, there's a rattle going on in there that's more than just me bopping it. So that's what I'm looking for. Alright, this is going to go horribly or it's going to go okay, but we'll find out. Stay tuned. So I probably should have filmed that. I got a little bit sketchy, but as you can see, she's up. She's a little bit off on this right wheel, but I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. She won't be up there for long. That one's on dead center. So that was a little bit sketchy, I'm not going to lie to you. You can see the right wheel there is kind of not all the way on, but left wheel over here is pretty solid on. And all I've really got to do is get these four nuts and bolts undone, and then I can drop the muffler out and see if it rattles, or crawl into there and pop the mid pipe and see if it rattles. And so that's what I got to do. And here's what it looks like. Alright, well, that part went okay. So as I lay under here, I can pretty much 100% tell that the rattling is coming from the muffler. If you listen here, I go, and like if I stabilize this and bop it, it still makes that noise. But if I hit back here, the main noise comes from right here. So I'm pretty sure it's this guy. But while I have this recording, if anybody didn't know how to get these off, which, whatever, basically this mid-pipe, or this axle back section is super duper easy, and that's all it takes. And since I've changed these before, once I break them loose, they're finger tight, so they're really pretty easy to get off. But basically all you got to do to get this muffler section off is to undo these 4 bolts and then deal with the hangers. And honestly, the hangers are more annoying than the rest of it. So when I pull this guy out, he's not going to come down on me because there's a hanger up there that holds it up. So I really have no fear from that guy. Come here. There she goes. Alright, yeah, I'll check back in when I get it off. So I just got this guy fully disconnected. You can see the muffler is now completely free of the mid-pipe section. They're not touching each other. I know you can only see one side, but this other side is clear too. And when I bop it, it rattles. So this really annoying rattle that I've been having all this time, that I thought was my mid-pipe section, is actually the stock muffler. So we're going to pull it off, and I guess I'll put the short tails on, and we'll get to see what this thing sounds like at maximum loud. Pretty much it's going to be a straight pipe at that point, so we'll see how that goes. I also forgot to mention that there are only 3 hangers that hold this guy up. So, just for the sake of demonstration, the first guy is right here, and what I did to get him out is I just undid the bolt that holds up the hanger, because this hanger is a pain to get into and out of. So now it's free, so now you can see one guy is over here and an identical guy over here. So how my dad and I got these on and off was by twisting them. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful because I am the only person here. So if I drop this on my head, it's going to hurt. But basically my plan is to wiggle this back and forth and also push the exhaust this way as I wiggle it, and then repeat the same process with the other side. Hello, people of the internet. It is me, the guy who's trying to take his muffler off by himself as night falls. So I've got some lights set up, my work phone, and this Ryobi light to help me see. And I don't have any grease if anybody has any automotive grease, just put that stuff on the rod and then start prying, and that'll work. But I don't have that, so I also don't have a long fillet or flathead, so I've been using this mallet to pry at it. And this guy I almost have off over here on this side. You look most of the way out. But the problem is, what I realized is that I don't have anything tall enough to hold up this end when I get it off, so it's just gonna drop. And I already kind of broke one of these clips here, which are totally useless and annoying anyway. But I broke one of those clips when I was flexing on it, trying to keep it to not hit the bumper, but, you know, get off the hanger. So called a buddy of mine to help, and I think that's him calling right now. Alright, so I had my buddy Kevin come over and help me out here, and we got both the hangers out in like 4 seconds. Go WD-40. So now these short tails are going back in, and fair warning, they're going to be loud as shit. But the muffler's definitely rattling, so I'm glad that I'm getting that out. So I guess the next thing you hear will probably be a sound clip of this guy, because it's pretty much put the gaskets and the bolts back in and tighten it up.